9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Opposition and starboard as closing government. Please follow four teams and logos. The motion for this debate is, this House believes that overpopulation is a problem. Please welcome for the first speaker of opening government. Give me applause for them.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This House believes that overpopulation is a problem. Overpopulation is undesirable conditions when the number of existing human population exceeds the carrying capacity of Earth. The human population has been growing continuously since the end of the Black Death, around the year 30 and 50. Although the most significant growth has been declining since the 1980s. In 2040, world population is 7.2 billion. Overpopulation is a problem because it can cause some bad effects. The effects of human populations are, first, loss of fresh water. According to UN Water, 75% of planet Earth is covered by water. According to the Global Outlook for Water, the resources to the year 2025, it is estimated by 2025, more than half of the world population will face the crisis of water. The second effect, less freedom, more restrictions. As the population densities increase, law which serve as a primary social mediator of relation between people will more frequently regulate interactions between humans and develop a need for more rules and restrictions. And third effect, increased global warming and climate change. According to the Center for Biological Diversity, the largest single threat to the ecology and the biodiversity of the planet is dedicated to come will be global climate disruptions due to the build-up of human-generated greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. Fourth effect, species extinctions. Human beings are currently causing the greater mass extinction of species since the extinctions of the dinosaurs 65 million years ago at rates 1,000 to 10,000 times faster than normal. The 2012 update of the IUCN Red List of the threatened species shows that of the 63.7 species extinct worldwide, 80.870 are threatened with extinction, nearly a third of the total. Fifth effect, depletion of natural resources. UNEP Global Environment Outlook, which involves 1,400 scientists and 5 years worth of work to prepare for that. Human consumption had far outstripped available resources. Each person on Earth now requires a third more land to the country which has balanced populations, crime rate is very low in such regions. When people are not provided with the basic necessities, it elevates crime rate. And seventh effect, lower life expectancy in the faster growing countries. According to Harvard study, over the next 40 years, nearly all 77% of the 2.3 billion projected increase will be in the less developed regions. And the last one, increased emergence of the epidemics and pandemics. The WHO or the World Health Organization's report show that environmental degradations combined with the growth in world populations. So, the conclusion is the effect lists are just some of the main problems associated with the exacerbated by human populations. A comprehensive list of the effects of human populations are beyond the comprehensions. They extend far and wide and across social, political, economic, and environment divides. Everything is affected. Thank you.
The first speaker of opening government spent the time 4 minutes 52 seconds. So now please welcome the first speaker of opening opposition.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thanks for moderator have given us the time and thanks our engaged together. So today our motion is overpopulation is a problem. If I think I don't believe overpopulation is a problem. Why I have many reasons about this. For the first reason is a lot of human resources we can use in a human resource our dance country without the need of forex worker the property of the nation and can send a number of the nation workers abroad because of the amount of availability of the human resource of the nation was myself. So don't afraid because of the population we don't get the food because our earth is so large. So you don't fret about crisis the water because we have a lot of sea. So we have a lot of river. So we have a lot of earth and then we don't afraid of we don't get the many food. So for second we get increased production. This means with the increase of population in Indonesia, meaning many workers in Indonesia, labor force that produce necessary of life for the people of Indonesia itself. Without need for production from export who do not allow competition productivity ratio. For the third, we can up our solidarity among the nation. Increased population, meaning the more than ethnic group in this country, we can get many solidarity between us, between the village, between our country, and between another. So we can promote solidarity between nation, fellow country to unite the soul of the country with sociality amongst others, so as the active the goal of the nation together with the health spirit of solidarity. So we can think if we a little of population, how we can win up with a lot of population. That means is a lot of quantitative. However, we listen a little population or quality of population is he get a good quality, but we must make many quantitative. We make to all of them get a good quality. Maybe enough for me. Thank you.
The first speaker of opening opposition spent the time 3 minutes 2 seconds. So now please welcome the second speaker of opening government. She's the spirit.
Thank you. The first, I want to say, like you said victim and totally think this overpopulation is a problem because yeah, it can affect on human resource and also natural resource and it gives bad impact on our natural environment. Thank you.
Okay, the second speaker of opening government spent the time 2 minutes. And now, second speaker of opening opposition.
Thanks to all of you and educators. The motion is now overpopulation is a problem. I from opening opposition disagree. Overpopulation is a problem. Why? We have overpopulation is a problem. No, why? We have the earth is bigger. We can look everything to another. We can meet the many people in the world. We can friendly in one person to another person. And then disagree. Why I disagree? Overpopulation is a problem because why? If we think overpopulation is a problem, no, because here international coverage of population of deployment say sexual and reproduction right. If we think sexual and reproduction right here are part of human right recognized by international document on human right and document agreement and other ways. This right qualities basic right of form of people individual. We can see and we can feel. Last year and our grandmother we have many children, but she can give them children to high school to university. When we say overpopulation is problem, they can give nutrition, enough nutrition. Later we can give them can give us the enough nutrition and hike to school and give us to university. And overpopulation is not problem. We can go anywhere if want to look experiment and we want to do and when we want to work is everywhere we have the production. It's not problem. Overpopulation is not problem. Yes.
So, if you agree if the overpopulation doesn't give the impact for the humans, for the earth, so the overpopulation of course need housing. So, do you agree if they destroy all of the forests for the houses?
Now we can see if the minoritas can be winner in minoritas. Of course, we can see if a family have two children, one person have died, the one person other have sick or crazy. We can see them. We can see and we can think how that family. Of course, the family is crazy. How think with who I can help is our life, and I can continue our life without my family. And then overpopulation is no problem. We happy. We want population. We can friendly. We can do everything with them. We can communication with them. We can ask how the solution in our life. Okay.
Okay, thank you. But can you give more clearly answer? And what do you think if you say that overpopulation does not cause any problem? So what do you think if the forest is destroyed just for make
residents or hosts. Thank you. Because overpopulation is overpopulation.
Okay, thanks. I have said this world is bigger, not smaller like something not. We can all incident everything. Maybe in our family happen incident. We can help the another person. We can ask for solution in this world. Now we from mention this overpopulation is a problem. Maybe not for me. Thanks for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The second speaker of opening opposition spent the time 1 minute 55 seconds. So now please welcome the first speaker as closing government.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay. Overpopulation is population grow in the country as quickly and suddenly as well as uncontrolled. In Indonesia, the problem of overpopulation began to be felt in the late 1960s. Okay, based on research of census in 1971, put the population of Indonesia about 119.2 million, and in 1990 increased to 179.4 million, and until 2020 and 10, the result of census, the population of Indonesia amount to 237.6 million, and it's so big population, and it will be many problem because the population in Indonesia is over, and the specific impact of a population is for social impact resulting from population explosion problem is poorness because of the large population, limited employment opportunities. But consequently, many employment poorness is closely related to the unable to access health, nutrition, need and calories, and therefore the people will be infected diseases such as thyroid, liver, and tuberculosis. And if the government not care about that problem, so the first impact is employment will be increased. So if the population is over, and automatically the employment is so difficult to get. So many people be unemployment, and they can't get money to live and to survive their life, and food strangers, and it will be malnutrition. So many baby and children is malnutrition because overpopulation. They can't get full nutrition because their parent is poor, and their parent can't serve money and everything and anything problem about overpopulation. And education, healthy, and the place to stay are difficult to get. It's automatic if the population is too big, so the place to stay feel so small and so difficult to get. And the level of poorness is increasing. Yeah, the level of poorness more increasing because of overpopulation. And I think the solution of overpopulation is first transmigration program. The solution of our population is increased food production according to the need of the population. So the government must think about how the people, how the netizens to get food, and they must think about how the people to survive their life. I think like that.
The first speaker of closing government spent the time 5 minutes 29 seconds. So now, please welcome the first speaker of closing opposition.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My respectable for educator and my honorable for all my friends here. So today we discuss about that's how we believe that overpopulation is a problem, and we stand in the side closing of opposition. So I don't think I disagree about this house belief that overpopulation is a problem. Why? Maybe you have a leader about several arguments from another group from government, and another group from opposition is different. And now I will give my explanation about this. Before we going on to discuss about this motion, absolutely I want to share a little bit information will make you feel proud with yourself and with your country. And what is this? That is, you know, Indonesia is the most biggest country in the world, and Indonesia as the biggest country number 4 in the world after America, and the first place is China, and the second place is India, and the third is United States or USA. But as we know, Indonesia is number 4. But I'm sorry, population. We need to know basically what does mean population, right? And population is mean it's a group of individuals with the same characteristics that live in the same place and have the ability to reproduce among themselves. And when we tell, oh my God, this whole belief that overpopulation is problem, that's not human right, I think. Because, you not give opportunity to next generation to live in the world. When you make a limit to live in the world, yes, 2 children is enough. I don't think so. What is the motivation to tell overpopulation is a problem? I'm so sorry. I don't agree about this motion because overpopulation is not problem in my mind. Maybe one the motivation we need to know why they tell. I'm so sorry. Why they tell the overpopulation is a problem. This one motivation from this statement is because so many people or so many population is not enough for land, for job, that they will fulfill and create much jobless and homeless. Doesn't make me or several people think about if overpopulation. But I don't agree about that. Why overpopulation is not a problem for us, or why we are disagree with overpopulation is a problem? Because based on the fact that was defined from, because based on the fact that was defined from social media like internet, newspaper, and television, the problem is not in the overpopulation, but distribution of, distribution of the population is the real problem here. Why they happen? Because government, and why the overpopulation can happen? Why this happen? Because government is not doing equitable development each region. Why it's not doing equitable each region? If the government doing equivalent development in each region, absolutely the people is not with overpopulation or overload in one region. Maybe in Indonesia we can see overpopulation is just in Jakarta. But you see, we have much land, we have many islands in Indonesia, like Kalimantan and Sulawesi. That's a so large place for living. But
Sir?
Indonesia government is not give equal development each region.
Why?
And when, so sorry, ma'am. If we talk always, we just hear from government about negative impact for overpopulation.
Your answer?
But, so sorry, but I have a positive impact for overpopulation. The positive impact from overpopulation is the availability of abundant labor. I mean, Indonesia, a big distributor, abundant labor, or you know abundant labor, that means worker. This big distribution worker in the world. I mean, you can find many more countries in world have with abundant labor from Indonesia. And Indonesian population can be the basis of the country on development. I mean, this overpopulation can be something who give money from Indonesia. Where? Why can give money from Indonesia? Because another country like America will have a big company like Freeport. They will give opportunity. Okay.
Thank you. So you are agree with our population is not a problem. And the question is, you know, government make family plans so that to minimize the population in Indonesia. It's like KB, you know, but the government make that. Thank you.
Oh, okay. And I won't tell this because you POI to me, so now I will tell you the best information. Do you know where the KB first born in the earth? You know what? You don't know, right? Okay, the first time is born in China. You know what?
You just answered our question.
Yes, okay, right. Just born in China. Well, I'll tell you in China. This policy, I have some information. The country, China, was created and applied this for the first time on 1979 by a president of China, Deng Xiaoping, to reduce the population of China. But you need to know, the Kaiser of the Emperor of China said, of all things in the world, man is the most important. More population means more worker. You need to know that. Okay, thank you so much.
The first speaker of closing opposition spent the time 7 minutes 25 seconds. So now please welcome the second speaker of closing government.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, now our question is overpopulation is a problem. Yes, I agree about it. Why? Because if in our country overload the people, will occur the unemployment. Okay, as we know, Jakarta also include to overpopulation, so that very much people over there be jobless. Yeah, and another impact of overpopulation is outpost don't get good welfare from government, cause the government busy with the care in the city. Yeah, it is because overpopulation also. And the other one is because of the overpopulation in our country can impact more pollution. Why? Because if in our country have many people, also the people use car, use motorcycle, use the train, use the plane, etc. Every month, very much. Yeah. old. Why? Because if the citizen in Indonesia married in young old, so after they married, of course they will deliver the baby. Maybe if they don't join the family planning program, maybe 1 year one child, 1 year one child, 1 year one child. Yeah, I think that. And the third one is we increase the education. Why? Because with higher education, so the educator can think. Why? Can think that they can care about the overpopulation is a problem because overpopulation can make overpopulation like I said before. So the education, of course, will care about it. Yeah. And the last one, I think the way to handle the overpopulation in our country with the transmigration. Why? Because in the transmigration, the government will make the balance with the city or the area is the little bit people. So after transmigration, one area and the other area in our country is balanced. Okay. Yeah, I think enough for me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The second speaker of closing opposition spend the time. I'm sorry. The second speaker of closing government spend the time 3 minutes 53 seconds. So now please welcome the second speaker of closing opposition.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, the motion today is overpopulation is a problem. I really disagree with this motion. Discussing about overpollution is not only discuss about less clean water, sanitary pollution that you have said before, but you have to remember there are many good effects that can be against the bad effects that you think come from the overpopulation. I want to tell you the fact of family planning program. Many is using pill of a family planning program on the water control sector is dangerous, is not good. And many of Indonesians didn't know the effect of using that medicine, using that tool. And common side effects are irregular bleeding, no periods, headache, dizziness, and weight gain. And you can imagine when you are 25 and you got married and you have one daughter, and then your body like a big mama. That happened because you consume pill. That's one the effect of using that. Sorry. And you know, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to open your mind. Open-minded. We are the first of the biggest populations on the earth now, on this world. You know which country plays in first, second, and third? Okay, let me tell you. First is China. We got China who produce pill or KP, right? Or a family planning program. You know, China is the hottest country that I know now. The year 2008 had seen the establishment of Beijing brand for the surface of international market letter with 87 distributors agent in 6 continents. Excellent has undertaken project all over the world since then. In 2012 alone, China joined its military equipment exhibitions, finished 17th international project and visited 31 main users in 9 countries. Here I am awesome program that have done by China. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. So just know your friend told us where the topic is from. But I asked what the reason government made that apply that the duty about the topic. And the second one is currently that president want to move the capital Jakarta to another city because our population.
15 seconds.
Okay, I think your question is coming soon. Right, you have to read. Okay? Okay, but before I want to tell you, President wanna... What did you say? To make a move. Okay, I don't think so. It's hard. It takes time. If the president say no, I think that can be happen 20 years later, not now. That's just a plan. What's the proof of that? That's just an opinion. Okay. The second no later. Okay. The second most bigger population in the world is America. I think you will be directly agree with me. America, which is the country that's controlling the world now. Whether politics or policing or much more. That's America. And under our considerations, India is the second most popular country now on the world. Refer to scientists and film industry, they win in that way. But the real, you know why that happened? Because they one of the biggest population on the world now. You have to remember. Here I am. Our population means our worker and a lot of the worker. Here I am. So, sis. Okay. With overpopulation, will occur illegality if the government not make tax migration, and also will occur the population like I said before. So no, still you said that the overpopulation is not a problem. Okay, thank you. Okay, that's our own government problem. That's not our problem, but yours maybe. Okay, listen carefully. Look, Indonesia. Now, who knows? Every human know Indonesia. There's a lot of corruptions on our country now. No. And today you said that our pollution create traffic jam, starving on the others. That problem is not out because of our pollution. That problem come from our own government. The secret rule that obtained by official and state officials, but here not all of them, but many of them. Yeah, and then, in fact, we are still not free. We are still not independent. We are poor not because of our pollution. You have to remember that. That because of government mistakes. And we are starving, jobless, unrespected by the other country, and also traffic jam happen everywhere, Jakarta, and anywhere now. You have to drive on the skyline. Our pollution, not because of our pollution, but because of government mistake. So you have to stop the problem of governance. You got it? Thank you so much. No.
Okay, the last one. The second speaker of the same opposition spent the time 7 minutes and 9 seconds. So thank you so much for the first team that has presented great debate today. So now you can back to the chair. And for the judges, it's time to discuss and evaluate the debater's performance.
Who will be the first and who will be the fourth place and the first. After the discussion between the educators, we got the result. Fourth place goes to opening opposition. Yeah. Why you got the first place? Because there is no any food or rebut your opposition. You understand? There is no rebut. Because in the back you need rebut. Yeah? And you need to prove what you have said. Okay. And the third place is the closing government. Why you got the third place? Because you cannot prove what has been said by your opposition, and you don't bring a clearly case, yeah, or a concrete case. Okay. Then the second place goes to opening government. Why you got the first place? Because the second place because the second speaker of the opening government rebut the opening opposition and prove some evidence, but you use so short time. We want from debaters you explain or develop your emotions further. Yeah, that's why we give you the second position. And the first position, yeah, as we know, goes to closing government. Why the closing government got the first position? The first speaker and the second of the closing opposition rebut from the opening government and then the closing government and prove what has been said by the closing and opening government. Both of the speaker, first and second, prove and rebut the opening and the closing government. Because in the back we need to rebut and to refute him. Right. That's our decision. And thank you for the debaters.